Stefanie Brazile is with us. She is the editor and co-owner of 501 Life magazine, and we're here to talk about the June issue of 501. You feature the 6 mayors on the cover and 4 more inside, so 10 mayors total. The theme of the issue is what?
Men of the moment.
Okay.
And this is something that's been in the works for us for a couple of years. We heard some leaders a couple of years ago talk about the need to really advertise all the assets that Central Arkansas offers, as well as they do it in Northwest Arkansas, because we always hear about how wonderful Northwest Arkansas is, but we need to hear more about how wonderful Central Arkansas is. So we thought, what if we put all these mayors on the cover, let each of them have a page to share messages about their community, what is so wonderful about their community. Yeah. And so this issue is really packed full of information. On the cover, we have, of course, our Conway mayor, Little Rock, Bryant, Searcy, Jacksonville, and Cabot. And on the inside, you can hear from the mayor of Valonia, Greenbrier, North Little Rock, and we also have a message from the Morrilton mayor. So there you can really learn so much about what is happening in these cities.
You know, I've lived here a really long time, and the point you just made about how we talk about Northwest Arkansas collectively, we don't talk about Central Arkansas collectively. It is where I'm going to Conway, I'm going to Bryant, I'm going to Cabot. But there's so many resources here. I'm glad that that's happening. I'm glad someone thought to do that. That's someone being y'all. Good job.
Thank you.
Couple of the month is Sandra and J.R. Barnett. Tell me about the Barnetts.
Sweet couple, very committed to the Western life. You probably know him from J.R.'s Hobby Horse.
Of course, okay.
And they have been around for a long time. They're really sweet. I know I've used that word, but they're sweet on each other still. And so we really were happy to feature them. And they've gotten into bullwhip competitions. They're hosting that now.
Okay.
They want to bring that to Arkansas and teach kids how to use bullwhips in that competitive mode.
Yeah.
It happens around the country. So that's a little interesting caveat to that story.
I'm excited about this one. Mike Kemp, who's someone that we know very well around here, of course, has written a column about his other passion. He's a photographer and award-winning, motorcycle riding. And I know he loves pie, too, because I follow him on Instagram. He talks about his pie. This story's called Life is a Highway. Tell me about Mike.
You know, Mike does love riding motorcycles, and we asked him to write some columns this year about that. In this column, he takes us all the way to Hollis Store and tells us, which is, I think, kind of near Hot Springs. It's on the edge of what we consider the 501.
Yeah.
But he tells us a story about how he got stuck there one day and only had a debit card, didn't have any cash, and was hungry. And the lady inside says, "Do you want a sandwich? I'll make you a sandwich." And he discovered that they make the most wonderful sandwiches. And so it's really about kind of having a destination in mind when you ride.
Yeah.
And in these columns, he's encouraging people who may have always wanted to ride a motorcycle to give it a try.
Nice. Well, I love Mike. Excited to read this. Tell me about the farm roundup. This spring, we've had second graders from all over the county that have attended a farm roundup.
You know, this has gone on for a couple of decades, I guess just kind of quietly happening, but there's a group of people who are committed to educating elementary age kids about everything Arkansas has to offer related to farming. And so on this day at the Conway Expo Center, they bring all the second graders together from the county schools and share. They have animals there, they have farm equipment, and they talk with them. And so they're just educating them about all the assets that Arkansas has in the farming area.
In the last few months, we've lost a legend. Coach Harold Horton passed away, and David Grimes has written a feature about him and his son, Tim. And Tim was a Wampus cat and been around, at least been connected to Conway for a very long time, of course. So tell me about David's story.
You know, I'm really happy that we have a new partnership with David and the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame.
Yes.
He has kind of taken the place of Dr. Rising in bringing us a stellar sports figure from this region each month, and I appreciate that. And so, as you said, I know people here will recognize these names. Both men went into coaching. Both men are part of the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame. So I encourage people to read it. It's a great tribute.
I'm excited about that, but I'm also excited about this. This issue seems to be chock full of stuff that it's directed directly at me, so thank you for that. A local historian has written about the men who founded and developed our city. I love the history of Conway. It's my hometown. I'm thankful for it. What are we going to learn about?
Vivian Hogue, she is a walking historian, and she gives you some really interesting insights in her column about, Asa, Robinson, and other men whose names I didn't know, a Dr. Hardy, all these people who came to Conway, and we still see their names on street signs, and we know about homes that they built. But go a little deeper, learn a little more in this column.
Julie's Sweet Shop hosts a group of guys, several dads taking their kids each Friday morning for breakfast. How'd this tradition get started?
It started a couple of decades ago, and we had the pastor of Antioch Church. He has taken his son and now his daughter, and they go to Julie's Sweet Shop. They have not always gone there.
Okay.
It kind of was more dependent on where they lived at different times and where they went. They went to McDonald's for a while years ago. But when his son graduated, he was really happy that his daughter wanted to continue that.
Yeah.
And so they have done that, even though she's in college at CBC. And we found a couple of other dads who are really making a sacrifice. One dad has twin daughters who are 5 years old, and you have to get up extra early to go have breakfast before school.
Right.
And then there's another dad who drives his kids over from West Little Rock, and he drives them over for this tradition because he wants them to experience that small town feel, and he feels that you find that at Julie's Sweet Shop, where they call your name when you come in and all that. So it's a sweet story. It's Father's Day month. Happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you.
And it's a nod to dads going the extra mile.
Well, it sounds great. I can't wait to read all of it, and I appreciate you doing that and coming by. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you.
My name is Jeff Brooks, and this is my beautiful wife, Kathy Brooks. We're here in downtown Conway with Brooks Fine Jewelry. We've come back into the showroom, and we are now the store managers.
I love seeing the look on my customer's face when they come in and see the ring that they have designed. When they get engaged, they're sending us pictures when she says yes.
So bring your imaginations, bring your inspiration pieces, and bring your ideas down. There's no holds barred when it comes to custom, specifically from Brooks Fine Jewelry. We're waiting here, and we're happy to see you.